The neighborhood association supports the fitness center, but in a different location. Methodist will say this is the least expensive option. It is not. They have 12 acres of land around their campus that could be developed. Methodist says that this is about preserving trees. It is not.
If you had to create a poster project to demonstrate the complete opposite of what we have been working towards in the community, this would be it.
They came to her house, they talked with her, they asked her to sign an opposition affidavit. She signed that affidavit.
My wife was hoodwinked.
They came to her house, they talked with her, they asked her to sign an opposition affidavit. She signed that affidavit.
The city shall presume the written protest of one spouse to be the protest of both spouses.
I understand about shooting straight.
It provides a filing deadline and a time when you can withdraw the protest. That's at noon yesterday. We didn't receive the withdrawal of that protest noon yesterday.
But that's
right,
not.
that was the deadline, right. Yesterday was the deadline. So there's rules, but after the deadline passes, protest ends, it's over the 20%. And so.
But it's now sometime, and we're going to go into executive session.
Somebody who used to serve on the plan commission, which would know the rules and know that you'd have to remove your petition before noon on the last day. I just don't buy that. I think this is a last-ditch effort, and our rules are our rules, and we should be abiding by those rules instead of, like this council does, every so often when they're not going to get their way, they like to change the rules at the last minute.
I was wondering where your wife was too. Why did she not show up at all? I mean, I understand the nervousness of not wanting to speak in front of a big crowd. In this particular case, I have concern that you're speaking on her behalf and she's an adult, and yet doesn't show up to defend what she supposedly did or did not do.
It's a question of where it is. That is the question before us now. Methodist Hospital said we have a commitment to put our density up against Beckley, to build our new buildings on Beckley, to put our density on Beckley. We're being asked to build in the buffer. This immense holdings Methodist has, there's one spot labeled, please do not build. It was what Methodist pledged and put into zoning that we see now before us. This says no build zone. There's no clear language on why they cannot build it right now. They want to build in a no build zone.
So there is a strong potential that there could be an ambulatory surgery center on this site. This is day surgery.
Y'all kept on saying health and wellness, and now you're getting into surgeries and other things like that. So I knew I made the right decision. Thank you.
Smells fishy.
That they did not want to give up and that they are not meeting the neighbors in the middle, and this is not an agreement in any way, shape, or form. Methodist's motivation here is to build a Folsom Center that is the cheapest it can possibly be.